Hello, everyone. Welcome to What's Up Universe for Friday, April the 24th. Wow, we made it. We made it through April with the eclipse season and everything that it turned up and, shook our cages a little bit and got us to refocus and make our game plan and really take a look at what is it that we truly desire, what's working in our life, what's not working in our life, and then to come forward and through, of course, this last week's full moon purging and letting go and clearing the way for greater potentials and possibilities for our lives. So I always love how we are so beautifully taken care of by the cosmos. And of course, as we move into now, we've got Mercury went direct, where it's just allowing us to take action, to move forward, and yet we're settled, we're grounded, we're being held in this beautiful, beautiful energy as we move into this next phase of things. So I'm sure, like me, you're kind of wiping your brow. If that's not how, really 2024, it's like every week, every day, every month. It's like, are you kidding me? But at some point, we rise, and we are definitely beginning to rise and move forward and through some of what may be the most challenging aspects of this particular year. So that's really exciting news for me, for you, and for all of us. Where we look at now as we come in and moving ahead, now that we've really cleared out and cleaned up a lot of the karma, we've moved and made the conscious choices to take us further out of, maybe how life has been, the cycles, the conditioning, the choices that we're making, to move beyond that and to be better humans. I think that's really the constant invitation that comes forward from the heavens, is in some way for us to continue to choose to be better humans, to be better to ourselves, better to each other, better to this beautiful earth, and just really cherishing the life that we have, cherishing life itself. And so we've definitely been, and I don't want to say it certainly has been challenging. Absolutely, it has. But we've also really been riding this current that has been lifting and helping and supporting us to show up in our authentic selves, to be able to express ourselves from a deeper place of resonance and of truth, and in alignment with who we truly are in the world, and taking what is that inspired formidable action to be co-creators, to work with the universe, and to bring forward the very things that we can conceptualize in a way of being in service to humanity. So definitely, we're definitely rising, and it's a beautiful phase. I have great hope for humanity, and so I really want to encourage you that even through some of the upheavals and things that maybe you are witnessing or seeing in the collective or the world around you, to try to not fall into what's happening and get fueled by it, but instead, to let there be light, and to be able to pray and to express and to hold intention for the greater of humanity, to be the advocate, to be the voice, to show up and bring what is some much needed healing through your voice, through your wisdom, through your connection to the unseen world, and to allow the divine, of course, to work through you. Because ultimately, that's what being a medium is all about. We're just the medium that God is using, the vessel in the way to bring something from the intangible world and help to make it tangible, right? Through the willingness, the openness of the heart, and of course in really being able to own and be who we are in the world, and bring that light forward in the many different ways that we are called to do that. One of the ways we're called to do that, of course, is of being of service. If you are someone who has a business, and a business of, and really of any kind, but especially if you are a light worker, you are the medium, you are the spiritual empath who is out there in contribution and seeking to serve and bring your gifts into the world, well, I've got good news for you. I know that you've been working very diligently, you've been very committed, and there's been several times over the last several months where maybe you felt like throwing in the towel completely, and understandably, because there seems to be, on a collective scale, this isn't, yes, we have stuff that we need to personally work through, our belief systems, our worthiness, being able to move out of lack and poverty consciousness, and being able to really shift and bring our minds and our lives into the abundance that is prevalent everywhere around us. And so healing the wounds and moving through, we're always invited to do that deeper work. And if you've been someone who's been doing that deeper work, and you've been committed and you've stayed the course, and even though you might have felt like throwing in the towel a million times over the last month alone, I wanted to say good news. This is good news, as this is definitely the time where those contributions, or our aspect of service or business, like as the heart-centered entrepreneurs that we are, really begins to lift and begins to come into form and to place. So again, the invitations here, we're constantly looking at what we need to move for, but you're going to pay attention over this next little while in terms of your themes, not only of self-worth, how you interact in your relationships with people around, because the people even close to you are an indication of whether you're calling clients to you or you're not. It's like, if we can't be loving and kind and forgiving and gracious to the people who are closest to us, it really can make it impossible for spirit to bring us clients if we are not upholding that in terms of all beings in all ways and at all times. So, and it's not, I say all times, but I mean, man, we're human. We're human. So, we fumble, we fall, we don't get it right all the time. However, it's in, as I said, the universe helping us to be better people, to be better humans, to be better to each other. And so if you're doing that, again, it's going to generate, because all of that is what raises the frequency. And when you're living within harmony, within your homes, your environments, within your most personal relationships, when there's harmony there, that is a stream of energy that creates harmonization between the physical and non-physical world. And it is in the harmonization between you and your divine business that this is able to come through you and be able to land or come into physical expression. So here, look at, really taking a look at your ability to interact and feel safe and feel loving, to be gracious within those close ones. And again, this is not overriding the fact that there's just some people that rub us like sandpaper, and that we can find it really hard and difficult to be gracious all the time. But it is, and it's the spirit in me that can love the spirit in all of the in all people, in the oneness that we hold. And so if moving into that frame, and understanding that when you can elevate within consciousness and elevate within expression of your life, you're going to draw to you people and your clientele, and who it is that you're called to be of service to. So we always look at what we're doing in our physical world has a direct bearing and impact in the non-physical world, and it's no different where our businesses are concerned. So pay attention this week to, what are your themes around money, your themes around self-worth, how you interact in your relationships, and of course, knowing and building upon and taking that action, that very grounded, methodical, conscientious, those steps forward in building your business, in building your services, in creating and being of service. So we're reaching really kind of new levels of our spiritual awareness. We're amping up in terms of really following the heart's desires, the things that we really crave to seek or bring into the world, the impulses, our passions, and our long-term goals are on the table for us. And so we're being asked to dedicate the time to take the steps, even if they're small steps, but to look at holding what is a steadfast forward motion of it. Even though we've been maybe feeling like we wanted to throw in the towel, now is where things get grounded and things begin to get conceptualized. We're beginning to move into manifestation in the frequency of manifestation for actualization. So it's a real beautiful place to be sitting. And of course, if, like I said, if you are someone who is building and working within your business, that comes as good news. That comes as good news. Of course, after this whole eclipse, everything, you might be feeling like you're a little bit fizzled out. You might be feeling a little burnt out, a little zapped out, so to speak, in terms of things because of everything that has taken place. And this is what's beautiful. We get back to our homes this as we now move forward. We get back to the home, which means the home inside of ourselves. We're taking a look at our environments. We are purging. We are doing our spring cleaning, whether that be a major energy blessing and clearing on the home, to taking care of our crystals, as well as really honoring the physical body, to honor what is within the physical body. And you'll see, I just posted this morning, this month's free activation is on health and vitality. And so health and vitality is really what is in our focus. We're coming out of all this energy, and now we're looking at taking care of the temple of the soul, of the home that is for our spirit, and the homes that we live in, creating the harmony, creating the what can be the beautification. You might find that you are wanting to clean the closets and purge your oracle cards, or readjust your bookshelf, or whatever it is. Just follow through with those impulses. We're in a place right now that is we're needing to make room for what is to come. So we've set the stage. We've got clarity on things. I want to talk. They're asking me to talk about clarity. I'm going to do that here in a moment. We've got clarity on things. We've got a clear idea of where we're going. We're being asked to take action, and now make space. Make space for what is to come. Make space within your heart. Make space within your energy field. We want to create spaciousness, because the more spaciousness that we have, the more the light quotient increases, the more light that we're bringing, but also space in our physical homes as well. Cleaning, purging, making room, getting organized, getting into a way of looking and understanding that our external environments are a representation of what's going on inside of us. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm preparing for the Ananda retreat next weekend. I've got Medium's World. I've been bringing together the final pieces. I can't wait to start making announcements in terms of guest speakers for this year's event. I'm looking, and like everything, everything is everywhere. Everything is everywhere, because I have so many things going on that it's created a little bit of chaos. And I realize, as I'm holding my own self, that through all of this, there's been, my mind has been chaotic. My rituals or my routines, I've been scattered and all over the place. I haven't, and this is the beautiful thing. I mean, we move into Taurus season, that just allows us to be more grounded, more methodical, taking care of those things. And I was up this morning, I mean, bright and early, and there I was. I was doing exactly as what I just shared, is that we're being asked to get organized. We're being asked, to take care of our spaces, so that our spaciousness can take and form in order to bring forward what it is we're looking to create. Clarity. Let's talk clarity, because coming through the eclipse and where we are now, you might still be feeling a little bit in a state of confusion, not really sure where you're going. You're not sure what steps to take. We've been uncovering what purpose is, and you might be feeling a rush from within, and the desires are coming up, and you are knowing that there are things that are calling your attention, and there's something you can feel, almost the pulsation of that thing over there that you're not too sure of what it is, and might still be feeling a little bit under the clouds in terms of what that might represent and mean to you. Well, the good news is that it has shifted so completely that give it a few days, let the energy become grounded, let everything, after all of that fire action energy of what was stirring up through all of the eclipse, we're just allowing for things to settle. You're going to see, you're going to have more clarity. Things are going to get realized. You're going to have a greater understanding, greater awareness of some of the things that are being called to you or you're being called forward to. And so you're going to see, you're going to gain a lot of momentum in this next little while because of it. So it's a real beautiful, as I said, beautiful phase to be in. And it doesn't matter whether you're, I mean, I spoke about business and being the sole entrepreneur, but when you look in terms of everything in our lives, whatever it is that we're looking, whether it's health, whether it's vitality, whether it's relationships, whether it's finances, whether, it's in terms of, writing the books and creating the classes and opening, expressing the art, all those things. There's more and more clarity in terms of what it is that we're going to do with what is coming through for us. So that's coming about. So that's the good news. Everything's kind of settling and grounding. And here's the second piece to that clarity is that if you are still in this place of saying, I'm just not sure what I'm going to do. I don't know. I'm not really clear. I'm so confused. I can't figure it out. Well, guess what? You're right. The universe will always make us right about whatever we believe. So one, you got to look at changing the language and saying, it is clear to me that I'm being called forward to something beautiful and that will contribute to humanity. It's clear to me that I'm here to help other people. Begin to speak it so that you're creating the clarity, you're calling in the clarity for yourself. And then the other part that I wanted to say, which is kind of like a little bit of a bite, and I received this the other day, is that if we are in a place of feeling unclear and we are seeking for clarity, it simply means that we are afraid of taking the risk. Woo, that's big, right? Oh, yeah. It's like I'm not sure. I'm not really sure what I should do. I don't know what to do. I don't have an idea. I can't really get the pulse on things. You're just afraid. There's that fear, that terror barrier that shows up the moment that we're moved forward into being of greater service or answering a greater call through our mediumistic abilities. So if you are struggling with clarity, I hope that helps. And I hope that you're no longer going to be using clarity as a reason or excuse for not moving forward. We want to welcome fear. And again, we want to, say, instead of, that false expectations appearing real, we want to say, feel excited and ready because something magical is about to happen. And we want to do what we can to overcome and override the fear and keep moving forward. As you've heard me say before, if fear is showing up, it's a sure indication that you're on the right path. Something good is about to happen, and you just need to stay the course and continue within your action towards it. Those are your goals, your dreams, your aspirations, your purpose calling to you. So if you've been seeking for clarity, just be willing to take the risk. The universe loves when we put our faith and trust into the unseen. Our angels gather when we jump and allow ourselves to be led and held through the current. The spirit world loves when we rely on them and call them to help us and to bring in everything that is necessary in order to fulfill our needs through this phase or as things unfold. So take the risk and the universe will rally around you. All of heaven is ready to go, and all you need to do is, of course, take that risk. That's a really big part of where we're sitting as we're moving here. Again, remember, we're gaining momentum. Things are building. There are new lifestyles, new habits, new ways of living and expressing and being in the world. And so we need to have, we've been given that activation of confidence and bolstering of the authentic voice. And so it's time to really begin to take action, so to speak, and move towards that, and no longer using clarity as our reason or excuse for not taking action or moving forward with what we truly desire for our life. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the other piece of it, before I kind of wrap it up, I did want to say, because this is we've really coming home to our physical bodies. This is not only, of course, where we know diet and nutrition and exercise and all those things come to the table of consideration and really looking at what we require and what we need. So when we look at taking care of, anything you can do. You might be finding that your physical body is expressing or experiencing some tension, some tightness. I know even for myself, my physical eyes have been very sore for the last few days. So changes in my inner vision, being able to see things more clearly, having greater perspective. It's all a part of what's happening within our higher chakra system, in helping us in being the channels, the healers, and the mediums that we are in the world. So you might notice that you have, almost symptoms within your throat, symptoms within your eyes, everything that allows you to see and to speak and to witness and to express. And so just know that that third eye is going through that pineal gland, is really getting illuminated, and so is the throat chakra as we begin to move forward. Because again, in order for us to implement, we've got to be able to, as mediums, be able to express and to envision for our lives. So that's really been activated, and you might be having some again, soreness, aches, pains, tension. I'd really encourage you to pay attention to your energy centers, your whole system, not just those two, but really working through the whole system. And of course, because we are looking at business, we are looking at themes of money, of course, getting into the root or at the root of the issue, and really doing some working with that root chakra so that it is expressing and moving that energy more harmonized or of higher vibration through your system, to support those upper chakras as they open and they become everything. I would say everything becomes clearer for you. The other piece of it too, because we have moved through a cycle and through a phase, and we've come out of this. We're no longer the same that we were before. We aren't. There's no. We can't go through all of the light coding, all the changes to our light body, everything that we've been purging, healing, the karma that has been resolved, the things that we've been peeling away and falling away as we really come into a position and place of more of our inherent worthiness, more of our authentic self. And so because that's happening, we're no longer the same. And so because we're no longer the same, I also would really encourage you, as you consider your home, the energy of your home, making space for what is to come, take a look at those boundaries, the boundaries not only for your physical life, but especially the boundaries that you have with the spirit world, because some of them that may have been fear-based, or may have been limiting in some way, may not even be necessary anymore, because you are feeling so empowered within your own self. So revisit those boundaries, recreate them, just consider what's working for you, what you're open to receiving now, what is it within your boundaries that might look a little bit different now that you feel a little different too. All right, perfect. All right, everyone, God bless. My love to you, and of course, just enjoy the life that God has blessed you with, and let life bless you. All right, bye bye for now.